Everybody, how's it going? Let's take a look at the 6th floor of the Kinki no Goku, aka the Forbidden Abyss. Main gimmicks here is we got mines, wind, and damage walls. Mines do 15k damage even to water types, so that is quite significant. There is wind, I'll go over why that's important, and damage walls, which does 18k versus water. So of course you want to try and focus damage walls and mines first, but wind is also sort of important. In addition, there are internal weak points on this quest, so you're going to want to bring pierce types to help you out there. Alright, so to begin the quest, let me introduce my party. I've got a D'Artagnan. I also have Puck there in his ascended form. I mean, he is still a decent monster. He's not a great monster, but he was just added into that one 2017 popular vote hatcher that made everybody hate him. Whatever, he's still pretty decent. And in my friend slot, I took Moses, and since you see that second D'Artagnan, that was stolen from my tablet as a Karimo monster. Now, to describe the stage, there is a wind machine there, and it will spawn a defense down area, and that's why wind is sort of important, because not only will it defense down your monsters who are in that area, there are also bombs thrown at the wind machine, and so when the bomb is thrown down and your defense down, it does a lot of damage, so it hurts. It's a very easy way to die in this stage because you get defense downed and then bombed right afterwards. I think so. There's the defense down field, and I do believe the next turn somebody should be throwing a bomb down in that area. Let's see. Yep. And look at that. That was almost 50k damage right there. Pretty darn significant. Now, in general, this stage, when you defeat a Smydra, it will spawn a sword, and the swords in this stage do 4.5 times damage, which is 3 times as much as their usual of 1.5. And why it's important is because in this quest, you basically have to have the sword and hit the weak point to do any damage. It's essentially the same idea as the last floor, where if you don't hit a threshold, you're not going to do damage. Same thing here. You're going to have to the weak point to do that. Kind of got lucky here since D'Artagnan already had the power up, and she was positioned perfectly in between blocks to get that loop hit going. Loop hit, if you're not aware of what that is essentially taking advantage of 2 blocks so that your speed essentially does not decrease at the normal pace. It essentially detects you moving back and forth so quickly that you are going very fast and doing a lot of damage meanwhile. So again, that is very lucky positioning. I wish I could say I planned it, but it's all lucky. And you know, once you have this kind of leeway in terms of turns, you try to want to end this stage with everybody with that sword, right? Because then you can just go directly for an attack rather than having to aim towards a sword to power up your team to do any extra damage. So kind of a little bit too flat there. I kind of wanted to make sure D'Artagnan would go down enough to get that sword, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but since she was the last one to go, at least I know that D'Artagnan and Moses will have a free turn with that sword ready to go. And the boss stage, here we go. Again, D'Artagnan is in a perfect spot here on top of the block in the wall. We can do another loop hit here and completely skip the stage. I wish I could say that was planned again, but maybe I could since that happened twice in one stage. But that is the advantage of having that sword right away, right? You can directly do damage, and if you position yourself perfectly, you have basically saved yourself the pain of going through the full cycle of a stage. So, of course, if you look at the guide, I always link the Game With guide in the comments, so make sure you use that for full details. I would not run this stage without it. But you could basically try to position yourself perfectly so that you get that opportunity every time. As you can see, this stage also features, you know, that ability. If you're in the center of the stage, then regardless of where that gargoyle is, left or bottom, you'll be able to take advantage of that loop pit. Now unfortunately Moses does not have the power up there on the left. If he did, this would be another great way to skip this stage. Not just me double checking who actually had the power up, which is a feature I love so much now because I clearly was on the first player and not the third player, so that dictated me going out to get that sword, which is fine. Again, double checking since Moses is on the side. Not gonna work out, so gonna make sure, try to get a sword, but looks like I missed on that. But that's okay, D'Artagnan's in a great spot once again. Maybe a little bit too much angle there, probably could have been a little bit softer there and completely kill Gargoyle off. But I mean, the stage is sort of nice. It revives those smiders at a decent pace so that you can have that constant supply of swords, which makes sense because you literally cannot do much damage without the sword. And as you can see now, even in the boss stages, that did about 40k damage to D'Artagnan there. It was a double bomb attack, so if you are unlucky and there are more than one monster even, you're gonna be in trouble there. So that's why having wind is helpful. And final stage, again, just try and take out the smiders as quick as possible. The Moses bump combo, of course, coming in super handy. Right. Chain lightning. Since they are internal weak points, that chain lightning will do so much damage. And hopefully, you know, if he is powered up, that will do even more damage, which is great. Puck, we're gonna make him use his strike shot. No need to get the sword technically. And yep, look like we are able to keep that sword alive, which is great. Kind of scary there with three of my monsters in that defense downfield. Of course, there are crests available for you to use to help you mitigate any of that defense down in case you're having trouble with this stage. That is an option for one of your water monsters. But once we get this low and Moses still has a strike shot, I could have just gone directly to the right, honestly, and hit that weak point, but I probably was just a little afraid of... No, I probably just didn't pay attention to Moses' strike shot. I do tend to mix up Evo Moses and Ascended Moses' strike shot, so I guess make sure you're aware of that, because I don't have a Moses. If you don't either, and use him as a friend. The other one is the one where you just like loop in between your friendly units. Anyways, that was floor 6 of the Kinki no Goku. Let me know if you have any questions. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye bye.